Han Solo's back, falls in love with Leia, fireworks. Hello everybody, Nick Dinsmore back with Wrestling Stories. Star Wars Rogue One is coming out this week, and the term Star Wars is going to be trending, so why not jump on that bandwagon and tell you why I think professional wrestling and Star Wars are very similar. People ask me all the time about storytelling in a match. How do I do storytelling in a match? What's my story? Although every match is different, every story is going to be different because you have different participants, different places, different manipulations of what's going on. The basic simple story is the same story that's told in Star Wars. The very first thing that we do when we get in here is establish who the characters are. And when you look at Star Wars, if we look at Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi as one total movie, one total play, because that's how it was written, character establishment was the very first thing that they did. They showed you who's Luke Skywalker, who's Princess Leia, who's Chewbacca, who's Darth Vader. Told you who was the babyface and who was the heel right off the bat. The next thing that we do in our storytelling in a match is give me a reason to cheer for the good guy. Give me a reason to cheer for the babyface. Star Wars painted the picture of the babyface, the underdog babyface beautifully. Luke Skywalker, farm boy, blonde hair, coming to save the world, save the universe. Poor damsel in distress, Princess Leia. And what do? They blow up the biggest weapon that was around in the Death Star. The next thing we do in a match is we get some heat on that babyface. What better heat than Empire Strikes Back? Luke gets his hand cut off. Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite. Everything was horrible in the Star Wars world. And that's what it's supposed to be like in the babyfaces in the ring. They're supposed to be down, almost ready to give up. They just can't come back. It looks like there's no way they're ever going to be able to come back. And what happens? Boom. We bounce right into Return of the Jedi. Make our big fiery comeback. Luke turns into a Jedi. Darth Vader turns babyface. He kills the Emperor. All is right with the world. Han Solo's back. Falls in love with Leia. Fireworks. And that's our big comeback. The general story that goes on in a professional wrestling ring and the general story that goes on in the three movies of the Star Wars trilogy are very similar. We establish our characters, we get a little heat on that baby face, we give him one hell of a comeback. I've always been a Star Wars fan, so thank you very much. My name is Nick Dinsmore, and that's why Star Wars is similar to professional wrestling. And there you have it. This episode of Wrestling Stories is kaput, done, finished, over. Shoot me a comment. Tell me what you think. Let me know about the stories. Let me know about the stories you want to hear about. If I've been a part of a story that you think that you've heard about, some gossip, something somewhere, I'll talk about it. Shoot me a message. Give me a big thumbs up. Share these in all of our videos for future updates. And last but not least, be sure to check out the last episode we did of Wrestling Stories. Gave everybody a little insight behind the scenes on the beginnings of the developmental system and how it developed into NXT today. And I think you're going to find it very interesting. Not naming any names, not pointing anybody out, but it's one heck of a story. Until next time, I'm Nick Dinsmore.